So now we will create a resource in this video. So all these are resources as I mentioned in my previous videos, right? So all these are resources. So now I'm going to create which resource? Let me create storage account. Okay, so let me quickly create an storage account. I'll explain what storage account is later, but let me quickly create any of the resources now, right? So for that I have to search for storage account. Okay, storage accounts, cool. So storage account is basically a resource wherein you can store your files. So it's used for storage purpose as the name suggests. So here when you search for storage account, so this is your resource. So how we can create it? So here there is a button create storage account, and here as well there is a button. So just click on this create, and you can create any resources. It's not like I created a storage account, you also create a storage account. You can create any other resources as well, like Azure Data Bricks, Azure Data Factory, Azure Synapse Analytics, Azure Key Vault, and all those are resources only. So you can create any of the resources, but first let's start with the storage account. Cool. So now here if you see it is auto populated subscription. In my case it's pay as you go, but in your case it may be free trial. And also if you have created another subscription, then you can choose your subscription from this drop down menu if you have multiple subscription. And now it's asking for resource group. So see, already I have explained you what resource group is. Resource group is nothing but a combination of resources. So now we don't have any resource group yet because we have not created yet, right? So we have to create it. So there is an option they have embedded here only to create a new resource, or else you can create by searching over here. So let me search for resource groups. Okay, I'll open in a new tab. So see, there are no resource group over here. If you can see it, it's not listing any of the resource group. So first we need to create a resource group either from here or directly from here as well, right? So anyway is fine. So let me create from here itself. So just click on this create new and give a name to your resource group. So I'm going to call it as YouTube tutorial 𝗟𝗯𝘀. 𝗟𝗯𝘀 stands for resource group. Cool. So now click on this OK, and you need to provide the instance details, the name of your storage account. So I'll call it as 𝗏𝗏𝗂 𝗏𝗏𝗂, right? And just make sure this should be globally unique, right? What does globally unique means? See, this is my account, I'm the owner of this account. So if I give any name, it doesn't mean that it should be unique with you only. It should be globally unique. Out of all the users in across the world, this name should be unique. And reason, I'll select I am in India, so I will select South India, because South India region is nearer to me. In India there are total 3 regions: West India, South India, and I think Central India is also there. It's not reflecting. Central India, let me search. I'm not able to search it, but Central India is also there. West India, South India, where is Central India? Yes, Central India is also there. So there are total 3 regions. Just select whichever region is nearer to you. Always select the region which is nearer to you, right? Then performance, I'll go with the default one, standard. I'll explain you later while creating the storage account later in the upcoming session. So for now just leave as is. Redundancy, I'll go with the GRS. Now click on next, and here I will go with the default setup, then next, and again I'll click on next, click on next, and it is currently validating our process. If everything goes well, then we would be able to create a storage account or a resource. Okay, so validation got completed and we are good to go. So now just click on this create button and it will create a storage account for you. You can check it from here. Just click on this notification icon and it's saying initializing the deployment and submitting the deployment, and deployment is in progress. It's too fast. Currently it is running, the process is running, deployment is in progress. Let me close this one and let me wait for a few seconds and it will get completed within a second. I hope so. Let's see. Meanwhile, I can show you. If I go to resource groups, there are no resource group, but we created a resource group just now. If I click on this refresh, don't click on this refresh. Okay, inside Azure they are providing a place where you can refresh it. So just click on this refresh button and you will be able to see a new resource group which we created just now. Right now, let's get back to this one and your deployment is completed. Now click on this go to resource. So we created a storage account for us and the name of the storage account is 𝗦𝗵𝘁, right? We call it as 𝗦𝗵𝘁. And let me show you the overview. So in the overview you can see the name of the resource group which is, this resource is associated with. So this resource is associated with the YouTube tutorial 𝗟𝗯𝘀, and the location is South India. Performance is standard, we selected a standard if you remember. Replication is GRS. What GRS is I'll explain you in the further tutorial. Subscription name you can see pay as you go, and provisioning is succeeded. Subscription ID is there, disk state is there, when we created, at what time, it is also showing here. Along with some of the properties like hierarchical namespace is not enabled. When we enable this hierarchical namespace, then it will become your data lake, right? So this is a blob storage account and we can create it, we can change it as well from here itself. Then you can check the default access tier. Currently it's hot, so we have hot, cold and archive. There are 3 types of access tier in Azure. What does hot, cold and archive means, I'll explain you in further tutorial, don't worry about it. This video is just to show you how we can create a resource. So this is the way how we created a resource, and you can check other properties as well. You can go to the monitoring, you can go to the capabilities, recommendation tutorial as well. You can explore other things as well. We will cover all the things, don't worry. You can check the activity log when it got created and all blah blah blah, and you can do the data migration and all those stuff that we will discuss later. So you saw we created one resource. The resource was blob storage. We created storage account. Similarly you can create another resource as well. So let me create another resource, like let me create a data factory, another resource, right? If data factory you can't see over here, then simply you can search for data factory. Simple, it's so simple guys. So search for data factories and click here under the services, and next let's close this one. Either click here or here, anywhere, that's totally fine. And once you click on create, so now subscription, select your subscription and select your resource group. Now we can select our resource group because we just created a resource group with the name YouTube tutorial 𝗟𝗯𝘀, and just provide the instant details. So I'm gonna provide this is Azure Data Factory, right? So I'll call it as Azure Data Factory, okay, with Azure Data Factory instance or workspace. I'll call it as workspace. I will not include with any name. You can give any name guys, okay. ADF WS, ADF stands for Azure Data Factory and WS stands for workspace. You can call it as instance as well, workspace. So see guys, if I remove this one and if I type ADF WS, that is also fine. I just inserted a hyphen, okay, I inserted a hyphen. So you can check this out about the nomenclature, anything is fine. So I'll keep it as ADF workspace. Region, I'll select the region which is nearer to me, so I'll type as India, and I'll select South India because South India is nearer to me. What happened? The data factory name is already taken, okay. So this should also be globally unique, as I was explaining to you previously, that the name should be globally unique. Since this name is already taken by someone, so we should have to provide any other name. So I'll call it as with Azure Data Factory workspace. Okay, cool. Now version, we have to select only v2 because only v2 is available. Earlier we had version 1 as well, but now only v2 version is available. Now click on next, and we can configure Git later, or if you want to configure Git now, then you can configure it, but we will configure Git later. Click on next. In the networking, just go with the default one. Click on next, again click on next, and tag you can define over here. We will talk about tags later. Now click on next, and then it will review, it will validate whether the process is correct or not, you provided correct details or not. So it will validate. Once the validation get completed, then we can create our resource. So let's wait for that. So our validation got completed, and just click on this create button, and here you can keep track that it is getting initializing, and just close this one, we don't need this one. And okay, so my deployment got completed within a minute. It took around 10 to 20 seconds. So just click on this go to resource button, and when you click on this go to resource, you would be able to see the name of your instance that you provided. I gave 𝗵𝗵𝗹 okay, so this is the name of my workspace, and you can see the resource group name here, status succeeded, location South India, type data factory, and all subscription ID also you can see here, right? So this is how we can create resources in Azure. So one thing I want to show you, we have resource group as well, right? So let's search for resource group. Here we have the resource group. So now if I click on this resource group, I can see only one resource group, that is YouTube tutorial 𝗪𝗓, right? So if you observe, I'm associating all the resources into this resource group. You can create multiple resource group, guys, and in a single resource group, let me click on this. So in this resource group, okay, this is the name of my resource group, so YouTube tutorial 𝗪𝗓. Let me collapse this one. You can see under this resource group there are two resources. Got it? Similarly, we can create another resources, and we can associate another resources into that resource group. That we will see in the next video.